Kiana Rahmani, welcome to the program. I want to start by asking you about your mother and when you last saw her, when you last talked to her.
Déjà, bonjour à vous. Je suis contente de vous.
And hello to you. I'm very happy to meet you. The last time I saw my mother was when I was 9 years old, which was in 2015. That was the last time I saw her. So it has been about 8 years that I've not physically been in her presence. And it's been 2 years since I last heard anything from her. Phone calls have been absolutely blocked, officially, for quite a while.
So, Kiana, last month, in December, the Iranian authorities added more months to her sentence, apparently 15 more months. Why do you think that is? Is it because of the Nobel Prize?
Alors oui, ils ajoutent des peines de prison, comme je dis.
Yes, they keep on adding these extra months of sentence, as you say. My mother has been sentenced to these further 15 months after she received the Nobel Peace Prize, because the government now sees her as even more of a threat. They are finding new ways to silence her as much as possible and to isolate her from all contact with the outside world.
De toute forme de contact avec l'extérieur.
Clearly, she's been punished since winning the Nobel Prize, something that is normally a great honor for a country, but she is clearly being punished for having not just won the Nobel Prize, but in Oslo, you and your twin brother accepted on her behalf, and you read a letter that she had managed to get out of prison. Here is a bit. This is your mother. I write this message from behind the high, cold walls of a prison. The Iranian people, with perseverance, will overcome repression and authoritarianism. Have no doubt, that is certain. Do you share her certainty? And what did you feel when she won that Nobel Prize?
Moi, ce que j'en pense, c'est que c'était pas.
I think that it should not really have been me, or my brother, or my family, any of us, to go to Oslo to receive this prize. It should have been my mother, because it was her who won the Nobel Peace Prize. It should have been handed to her. It was for her to attend all these events, but they did not allow her to. So we went on her behalf. Obviously, I was very proud to read the letter that she wrote and to have received the prize in her place. But I'm also very sad because it really should have been her there and not me. And personally, I am certain that one day we will have freedom and democracy in Iran. Perhaps not now, maybe not in a month or a year, but eventually we will succeed. But in order to get there, firstly, we have to respect women's rights. And this is what my mother is fighting for, because Iran must respect women's rights. What my mother wants, what she is asking for, when women are treated badly in our country, in Iran, it should be criminalized. We need to give women more freedom and more rights in Iran, but also the Middle East as a whole. This would already be a good start, to respect the rights of women and criminalize the government's actions.
Et de criminaliser les agissements du gouvernement.
So your mother, instead of being quiet, has decided to write again. And she has written a letter to the United Nations, to the Secretary General, to say it is time to declare gender apartheid a crime. She's talking specifically about Iran. She's talking about Afghanistan. She says the Iranian regime systematically and purposefully have advanced the subjugation of women and girls and others through the use of all instruments and powers of the state. She says the control over women is being used as a tool to expand tyranny and oppression throughout society, exploiting religion as a cover for despotism and power. And she says that just as the world condemned South African apartheid, it is time for the world to condemn gender apartheid. She is still being brave and she's still speaking out. How do you think the Iranian regime is going to react?
Alors, ils réagissent toujours de la même manière, c'est-à-dire...
They always react in the same way. And as long as their acts are met with no consequence, as long as we don't criminalize these actions, they will continue to do what they want without being punished by the law. And so obviously, the moment my mother writes a letter, they just add more time to her sentence. They try and put pressure on her to silence her. That is why my mother wrote to the United Nations, so that gender apartheid can be classified as a crime. And then we can, finally, we women can live freely in Iran.
Kiana, I want to ask you about your personal feelings. You're obviously very proud of your mother, but you're a teenager, and I've heard you say, I wish she had been around for birthdays, for holidays, to help me through my teenage years. You've also questioned your parents' decision to have children when activism remained their priority at all costs. Tell me about that.
Alors, être les enfants de deux militants...
To be the children of two activists is quite complex. We did not have a normal childhood. But I do want to say all our family, whether my mother's side of the family or my father's, they made sure we had some kind of normality and a happy childhood, and they succeeded, as I only have good memories of my childhood. But growing up in a family like ours was about learning to stand up for causes, like democracy and women's rights, that they were important and worth sacrificing one's life for. Obviously, with the little day-to-day things, I would have really liked my mother to be here, to show me how to put on makeup, teenager things like that. So it is hard to live without her, because nothing replaces the presence of your mother. But I'm still very proud of her, and I'm very happy that she chose to fight for women's rights in Iran, and that she has dedicated her life to this. It is an honor to be her daughter, because I admire her a lot. I find it very moving to fight for this cause, and that it is worth fighting for.
Je trouve ça très émouvant de se battre pour cette cause qui en vaut la peine.
Kiana, do you think you and your brother will see your mother again?
Alors, pour le moment...
Right now, we are trying to launch a campaign to free Narges, meaning we want Narges Mohammadi to be released, so she is free. Personally, I hope she is released, and I do think it will happen. I have to try and believe it with all my heart. To see her one day, physically, in front of me, sometimes I do get pessimistic about that. It feels impossible at times, but I have to hope. So I hope to see my mother at least once again in my life. I can't know this, but I do have to believe that my mother will be released. And I think if we all work together, there is a chance that she will one day be free.
Kiana Rahmani, thank you very much for being with us, and we wish you good luck.
Merci, c'est très gentil.
Thank you so much. That is very kind.
And during my last interview with the Iranian foreign minister, I asked him about women's rights. Here's what he told me about a year ago.
There are standards and rules and regulations in every country, and the women have an important role in Iran, and they gained that role after the victory of the Islamic Revolution in Iran. Today, the outside networks, they are turning the issue of hijab and headscarf into a political crisis. Women in Iran, within the framework of rules and regulations, enjoy extraordinary freedoms.